What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Rat2501 here. Alright, time for the other half of Double Feature Friday. This is kind of cool. I saw this. This is something by Commissar Gamza, and this is could Spawn survive in Warhammer 40k? I think, considering Spawn literally took on the creator of his universe, I'm pretty sure he would do well. Pretty sure he could frickin', take on the Chaos Gods and the Emperor and all that shit without any problem. So, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Alright? I mean, he took on the creator of his universe. The frickin' Chaos Gods and the Emperor and the Imperium and all them, they can't even conquer one damn galaxy. Alright, so let's see what he's got to say. And let's go.
Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome to this video. So today we're going to be asking the question, could Spawn or Al Simmons survive in a Warhammer 40k universe?
Oh, but Gamza, did you know that Warhammer 40k is too powerful? Nothing can survive in Warhammer. Space Marines are just too powerful.
Shut the fuck up, fanboy.
Exactly,
Alright, so let me go
you.
ahead and answer a question that you didn't ask, and that is, who the
That you
fuck is
didn't-
Spawn? Okay, if you don't know who
That you
Spawn
didn't
is,
ask.
I don't know where you've been. But anyways, you've got Al Simmons, which is the human form of Spawn, and he was a CIA operative, an assassin, an elite soldier. Dude is basically almost like a black Batman. Okay, he was like perfect at everything.
What the
except
hell
this
is
guy
that
actually
about
kills
right there?
people and had no remorse for it. So eventually he gets betrayed by his own friend, Betrayal, and he gets sent to hell for all the sins that he has committed, which is the assassinations.
A big ass pile
Now
of
he
them.
meets there a very powerful demon down in hell, and the demon's like, "Yo, man, I want to
Malboja.
turn you into a hell spawn." Spawn, or Al Simmons at the time, was like, "Yo, I want to see my wife for one last time."
You
So,
lead my
lo
army,
and behold, they
and
made a deal.
I'll...
The demon's like, "I'm gonna turn you into a hell spawn, reincarnate you, and you can go see your wife. Then you work for me, motherfucker." And so,
Yeah.
long story short, that didn't turn out too well. The story's all tragic, lots of blood, lots of guts, lots of betrayal on both sides. Spawn
of blood
basically
and guts
breaks
and
away
betrayal.
from hell. He doesn't want to be controlled by the demons or anything else like that anymore. Long story short, he gets super powerful. He unseats God and Satan. God and Satan send both their armies to defeat Spawn. He defeats both of their armies and eventually unseats them. That's how powerful he gets. I'm not going to use that Spawn because that's just ridiculous to say, like, okay,
Yeah.
let me just use this Spawn who can just somehow defeat God, who created everything, and let's just put him in Warhammer 40k. Well, if he created everything, he can
Actually, in the
just
Spawn
unmake
comics,
the
God
world.
didn't
So I'm
create
not gonna
everything.
do
There's
anything
like
that.
another being, a
We are
high
gonna be
creator,
using Spawn
who actually created
at a
everything.
powerful level,
It's
but,
really dumb.
Not no particular issue. We're just going to take him for what abilities that he normally has. Speaking of abilities, basically, Spawn has something called Necroplasm. And this is, think of it like the warp energy from Warhammer 40k. This is what powers his suit. His suit is also a symbiote. It's kind of, think of like Spawn as like Ghost Rider with like Venom's symbiote on him. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
actually
kind of
a really
like
good
bastardized
analogy.
version,
That
but that's
fits.
kind of how I've always seen it. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's K7 Letha, which is his suit's name. It's a parasite that attaches to him, and basically it feeds off the necroplasm, but it obeys Spawn. So he can basically tell it shut the fuck up, and he won't eat no more of his necroplasm. But he can feed that suit that necroplasm, and the suit allows him to shapeshift and do all this crazy stuff. He
Lots
has a
of crazy
limited
shit.
supply of necroplasm. So it doesn't mean that it's kind of like, think of things like the warp overall. I can make some good contrasts here. Number one, you can do a lot of shit with the powers of the warp. You can manipulate time, matter. You can go back in time. You can teleport. You can shoot lightning. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with the warp,
Yep.
provided that you have enough skill
Make your
and
head explode
training
like those orcs
to
do
actually
sometimes.
manipulate that power to do what you want it to do. Now, Spawn's necroplasm is almost the same
Yeah, I remember
way.
this one.
He can create portals. He can control people's minds. He can sense your evil. He can get his suit to shapeshift and do all kinds of crazy shit. He can regenerate himself. You can shoot a missile launcher into his chest and blast his body apart, and he'll just reform. So you can see that Spawn's very, very powerful. But then again, we have the
Incredibly
drawback
durable.
that his necroplasm is not infinite like, say, the warp is. However, he can regenerate his necroplasm by feeding off the sin, hatred, and overall negativity of people around him.
Which turns
And so that's a
40k into
very
his
key-
damn
big key feature
smorgasbord.
here. Now, to talk a little bit about his basic skills, like I said before, he's like a black Batman, so he's proficient in all
Everything.
martial arts, all weaponry. He can handle technology just fine. But the cool thing about Spawn is even though he has all these powers and capabilities of creating portals and controlling people's minds and shape-shifting and all this crazy shit, he likes to stick to his guns both literally and metaphorically.
Very literally.
So think of it this way. Spawn was a CIA agent. He was a super soldier in all ways possible that you can really think about it. And so he actually likes to take basic guns and still use them while he's fighting. So that means if we throw him in a 40k universe, can you imagine Spawn dual-wielding, not bolters, heavy bolters?
Heavy bolters,
that sounds
there you go,
cool
man.
As shit. But okay,
or
let's go ahead
a heavy
and jump
bolter
off
and a heavy flamer.
Into Warhammer 40k and see exactly what's going to happen. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take Spawn, and we're going to throw his ass in the middle of a hive city. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this is because this is the way my damn story goes, alright? So, Spawn has the capability of feeding off of people's negativity, but he can also sense it. He knows where it's at. He can see people's intents and motives, etc., etc. Spawn isn't exactly like an evil guy. He actually likes to hunt down like pedophiles, gang members, and stuff like that. And because he can sense all this negativity and he can see people's like intents and shit, it's going to lead him down the path of hunting down chaos cultists, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
because they are the ones that are trying to feed their chaos god, their emotions. So if you have someone who's just saturated with hatred or excess or manipulation or anything else like that, he's going to be able to sense that. He's going to hunt you down. He's going to feed off of you, and he's going to kill you. So the stuff like this is going to lead him down the path of also facing demons, and this is going to put him in direct contact with the warp. I think this is where the battles are going to get really damn good.
Yeah,
now, this
that's
is also
true.
a bit of a gray area. Spawn is supposedly weak to heavenly blades or magic weapons that could possibly decapitate him, could possibly kill him. This is the gray area of, does a demon weapon count as like a magical weapon? So let's just say you've got a
I don't know, because I understand warp powers are supposed to be different than actual magic in Warhammer. I'm not sure.
Bloodthirster's like jacking off because he's all angry and shit, and anger makes him happy. So you chop Spawn's head off. Does Spawn actually die? Because does that count as like a magic weapon? I don't know. All I'm
you
gonna
gotta
say
be
is
able to actually do that in the first
good
place,
luck
dude.
decapitating Spawn. That's gonna be a very hard task to begin with.
Oh, but Gabza, don't you know Space Marines are the best?
Shut the fuck up, okay? So
exactly,
anyways,
thank you.
we're gonna be taking him. We're gonna put him against demons and shit. I think he's gonna be slaughtering them left and right. I think, in my personal opinion, he's gonna be able to feed off of their negative intent.
And feeding off.
These are what these chaos gods and shit are made from. They're made from these negative, angry, hateful, spiteful, excessive
emotions.
type of emotions and shit like that.
Not entirely,
so
but yes, that is the majority of their structure.
Think of it almost in the same sense of like Doom Guy. Like, as he kills demons, he absorbs their power.
And
Spawn,
gets
however,
stronger.
doesn't need to kill them. He just needs to be around them, and he can feed off that negativity and give himself necroplasm. I think this is going to give.
So he
Spawn
already has
such
an
a
infinite
massive
supply of
edge to
necroplasm,
fight
basically.
against the chaos gods themselves. Now, I don't know if he could necessarily destroy them because I'm actually like intentionally nerfing Spawn here.
Intentionally
I mean,
nerfing
again,
him.
if you just want to take
you
Spawn
kinda have to.
and just say, hey, it's Spawn that unseated God. He's just gonna kill the chaos gods. Like that's not even like a contest.
It's not
but
even
I want to make
a
this
thing,
as
dude.
interesting as possible. So I think that's where it's gonna lead him down as the path. Eventually, he's gonna clash with the chaos gods. My nerfed version of Spawn, I think, would eventually die to the chaos gods. Perhaps they would use. He would probably use more necroplasm than he can exactly generate or feed off of while he's in the warp, if he's in there. Not to mention, there's no telling if his suit could actually be possessed by the warp or manipulated in some way to the point where he gets fucked over as well.
That seems unlikely.
That's very possible. But the other thing, too, is sometimes people also want to know, what about, like, other factions and stuff? I don't think he would have any interest fighting against, like, Orcs, Necrons, you know, even Eldar and shit like that. I do know the Imperium would probably
maybe
hunt him
the
down
Dark
if they knew
Eldar.
Not exactly, but if they knew something of him, like if he was killing gangs and shit like that, they don't really care because Spawn, at the end of the day, for all intents and purposes, is a demon. And that's what he was reborn as. His body is not, it's not a normal body anymore. It's comprised of necroplasm. So if you've got like a Psyker, let's say a Grey Knight or an Inquisitor or anything else like that, they're going to be able to tell that this is not a mere human or anything else like that.
Yeah, they would go,
like
Inquisition would go after him.
Honestly, I got to be completely biased here. I don't think the Inquisition or the Grey Knights are going to do butt-fuck shit against Spawn. I think he would just slap them out of the way. I think it's getting in the mix of all the demons and fighting hordes of shit like that. which is really going to eventually take him down. So again,
I don't
like
think
I
it
said,
would, because
if he
you
has
said
to
the more demons you
output
send on him, the more you
necroplasm
friggin'
than
feed
he
him.
can absorb while fighting all those demons, eventually it's going to drain him, and if he can't get away, he could very well get decapitated by, again, a big old demon weapon, which might actually end him. But all I'm gonna say is this would be cool
because
as
he's not
shit
an
to
idiot.
see.
He knows how to fight.
Versus Space Marines and stuff like that, I really don't think Space Marines can do a whole lot, even Chaos Space Marines against
They
Spawn.
can't.
I think it's going to take big fucking massive demons and shit like that to eventually take him down that are directly blessed by the Chaos Gods.
It wouldn't
That's
work.
my nerfed version
You're
of
just
of
giving him
Spawn.
more stuff
If
to
you want to
feed
say
on.
like Spawn Unlimited, basically, like he just do whatever the hell he wants, I think he would probably be able to absorb enough necroplasm to probably just kill the Chaos Gods themselves. I know people
Very
like they
likely.
don't like doing that. Their butthole puckers like, oh, Chaos Gods can't die. Spawn could probably kill him if he can unseat
Yes.
God and Satan. He could butt fuck.
Exactly,
I'd say
thank
Slaanesh,
you.
but he'd enjoy that. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
He would
We'll
enjoy
have more
that.
for you later. Oh yeah, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me more about Spawn. What do you think would happen? Do you think he would go in the warp and jack off? What do you think's gonna happen?
Go
All
to the
anyways,
warp and jack
see you later.
off. Oh my god. Oh, that's a good one. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think Spawn would basically clap the cheeks of the Chaos Gods? I think he would. I mean, the more they send at him, the more they're just giving him to feed on, just like the Doomslayer. You know, the more you send at the Doomslayer, the more he's just going to feed on them, just become more powerful. It's the same thing. You're basically writing your own death warrant. Anywho, yeah, and I don't think the Space Marines are going to be able to do jack shit. But there's only a few individuals that could probably put up a fight against Spawn, because he doesn't really feed off of them because of their attitude. They don't have the kind of evil that he feeds on, and that would probably be the Emperor, and that's at his best. The possibly the if you take it for what it's supposed to be worth, the Tyrannid Swarm Lord, that thing would probably put up a real good fight against Spawn, because it's just it's just an eater. It doesn't really have malice, so to speak. At least it's not supposed to. And let's see, who was the other? Oh yeah, the orc leader Gazgul Thraka. I think he could probably put up a fight, because he just is just like the Tyranids. He just is. I mean, he fights, but he's not exactly evil in what he does. So those are probably the only guys in Warhammer I think that would actually be. If you guys can think of any other characters that could put up a real fight against him, let me know, because everybody else is motivated by too much negative emotion in Warhammer. So they're just providing him with energy as they try to fight him. So it makes no sense that they could beat him. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, share on social media, help this channel grow just like my main channel. I really appreciate all you guys coming out and helping me out on this channel as I deal with YouTube's bullshit. And also, don't forget to click on the link to the original down description. Get down to Commissar Gams' channel, like his original, and sub to him. I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.